Okay, guys, are you guys ready to do our pollution experiment?
Yes.
Okay, so we talked a little bit about pollution, and what is pollution? Ayla, what's pollution?
Pollution is when the water gets dirty from all this junk you see here.
Okay, Maya, do you agree?
I agree. I agree too.
What other kinds of pollution are there? Maya?
That when you throw dirt in water and it gets all brown and trash.
What about outside? Are there other kinds of pollution? Like pollution, where else have we seen pollution?
Lakes.
Lakes. What about on the ground? Like outside?
Land pollution.
Land pollution, you're right.
Air pollution.
Air pollution, that's
And
another
water
way.
pollution.
Good. Kira, can you think of a way that humans make land pollution?
I know. Because if they litter on the ground.
Okay, and how do we fix land pollution or litter?
We pick it up.
Right.
Not with our hands. Not with our hands with these things.
Okay,
No?
now look at the things that you have in your cups. Do those look like things that people might litter?
Yes.
Yes.
Totally the potato. Yeah. And I don't have any potatoes. I don't have one.
Okay, now if you were to litter these things on the ground, would we be able to fix it?
Yes, we can pick it up. Some not.
Okay.
Some not, we can. Yeah.
Okay, so what we're gonna do is we are going to add these pollutants in just a minute, add them to our clean water in our bins. Now we have plastic, we have cardboard, we have oil.
I have plastic.
Don't start yet.
I do not have plastic.
Yes, you do, it's right there. See it torn up? So there's coffee grounds, there's oil, there's cardboard, there's food peelings. Now, what we need to do first is what?
Predict our estimates.
Hypothesis. We're going to make our hypothesis.
Predict. Can I do that?
Now, what do we think is going to happen?
that one now.
Okay, wait 1 minute, please. What do we think is going to happen after we put all the pollutants in? Are we going to be able to easily remove them? Yes or no? Ayla?
No, because of the chemicals inside of this dirty stuff we're putting in the water. The chemicals mix with the water, and when that mixes, the water turns dirty, and you can't get rid of the chemicals, or you'll throw it away.
That is a very detailed hypothesis. Good one.
Thank you.
What about you, Maya? What do you think? Do you think we'll be able to take all of it out or some of it out?
I think we won't be able to take the potatoes out because they're really slippery when you get to water.
Okay.
But I think it will be easy to take the cardboard, the peels, but it won't be easy to take the oil or the coffee grounds.
The coffee grounds.
Because this is a liquid, and this is things that we can't get out of the water.
Great. What about you, Kira?
My idea is that it's not going to clean the water because it's going to turn dark, because all of that messy stuff that it went through all these days, like with the coffee grounds, they've been touched, and with the cardboard, it's been touched, and with the plastic, it's been touched. And the oil been made.
Okay.
With some things that
So are you thinking more about like germs and things?
Yeah, germs and things rub off, and I do not think this and the oil and this and coffee grounds. The oil and the coffee grounds are not going to be able to come out. No.
Okay.
And I also think that's not going to be able to come out is the potatoes.
Okay, that's a great hypothesis, very detailed. You guys really thought a lot about this. Okay, so the first thing we're gonna do is start adding some of our pollutants. Now remember, yes you can. Remember, as you're doing it, make some observations. Look and see which things change the color of the water, which things kind of spread out, if there's things that kind of change in texture once they touch the water. So go ahead, you guys can start.
Sprinkling it. Dump it. I think it turned like a different color, and this one makes it look like the coffee grounds, making it look like it's brown. And the orange peels are getting covered.
By the coffee ground.
Let me see this. Ew, it's getting bubbles and it's making the color get lighter. It's just making. Now I can do this. Fly, fly, fly. The plastic is gonna be a big camera.
Now, which things do you think would be the most dangerous for animals? Kira?
The plastic.
And the
because plastic, it might look like jellyfish to sea turtles.
That is a great thought.
Will get stuck in the phone.
That is so interesting. That's a very great thought. What about you, Ayla? What do you think?
Seagulls.
The seagulls?
And eagles, any type of animal that swoops down and grabs fish because they might accidentally grab all this trash that you throw into the ocean.
Okay, that's another great thought. You're afraid that the seagulls, when they try to fish for food, that they'll end up picking up some of the litter
and
that people have thrown in the water.
Feeding their babies. Yucky.
That's really interesting. What do you think, Maya?
That when the turtles think the cardboard's just dirt, they probably will eat it or something. Probably will get stuck in their throat and they will choke and die.
Yeah. And what do you see? What's happening to the cardboard? Is anything interesting happening? If we left it longer, what would happen, Maya?
It would melt. It would soon break apart and get really soft and soggy.
Yeah. What is already in there that looks like it's little tiny pieces that have spread out? Ayla?
The coffee grounds.
The coffee grounds.
They're separate little bitty
Yeah.
things.
Do you think that the cardboard might do that if it stays in the water for a very long time?
Yes.
Yeah. So it would just kind of mix in with things like maybe the sand.
Or maybe the jellyfish because they may have crab feet.
Okay, now you guys can start removing your pollutants. Here's a bowl for you to put stuff in.
Could you put it in the middle?
Oh, look at this polluted water.
Oh, that looks so good.
You guys were great polluters. Let's see how well we do with removing the pollution.
I don't want to pollute.
Well, you know what's really great about this experiment is the things that you can easily remove. Who usually throws those things in the water?
Bad people. Bad people.
Well, people in general, right? No, not animal haters. People in general sometimes throw things away or they don't put them away, and even sometimes they just miss the trash can and it blows into the ocean from the wind. So these are all things that we can pick up. So we can really make a difference, can't we? Just by picking up trash that we see on the beach or by water or making sure that our trash was in the garbage cans.
I dropped it.
That's okay.
But I'm finished.
Did you get all your pollutants out?
Yeah, but
You did.
I can't get the rest out.
Now, which things do you have left in the water? Ayla, what things do you have left in the water?
The oil. It's so lovely though.
The oil? What about you, Maya? What else is left in there?
The coffee ground, you can't get it because the holes in there can drop it out.
You're right. The coffee and the oil.
In the water.
Now, could you have any ideas of how we might be able to get the water or the oil and the coffee out? Kira?
Getting a little tiny pusher, like, you know, there's things that have a little tiny push at the back with this little tiny hole at the front with glass like that. You could put it in the water and then shoop it up, and then it will get inside there, and then you can pour it in.
Well, when you do that, wouldn't that maybe take up some of the water too?
It would take all the water because.
But that is a really good idea.
You could put it in an area that has a lot. You could put like this bucket under it and then pick it up.
Yeah. Do you know what that might work for? Can you make an observation about the oil? Can you still see, what does the oil look like? Can you see where the oil is, or does it mix in like the coffee grounds?
You can.
You can't see the oil anymore because
you can actually.
You can see it?
Because the bubbles are made by the oil.
Yeah.
And for some reason the coffee grounds are actually.
Why do you think you can still see the oil?
Because it's yellow.
it's yellow a little bit.
No,
and it has
in
bubbles.
the sea, it's when people drop oil, that's from boats.
Yes.
And they have black oil.
You're right.
And
It
the
is a
reason
different
why,
kind of oil.
Because oil has bubbles.
Uh-huh.
And also, Kira, I agree with your hypothesis on how to get this out, but you can't.
Yeah, well, her idea might work for the oil because if you look at it, oil and water, they don't mix.
No, they don't.
So
Yes,
you may be able
because
to remove the oil that way. Can you think of a way that we can remove the coffee grounds?
I have an idea.
Ayla, wait a minute, Kira, you answered the last one. Ayla?
Well, you know those shovels?
Uh-huh.
Well, if you mix it up quite enough, you can actually take the shovel and scoop up more than just these tongs.
Hey, Maya, do you have something called a water filter at home or a pitcher that you put water in that has a top? So the way that works is there's a filter in there. It's like a type of material that has little teeny tiny holes, and it filters out a lot of the impurities in the water.
Where does it go?
Well, it gets trapped because like the coffee grounds would be too big to fit through the holes, but the water is not too big. So it would catch all of that. So I wonder if we filtered that water, which is usually what we do with drinking water,
Like just these.
it would remove some of the pollution.
Is it like germs? We can't see it. Like we can't see the dots, but it's like germs.
Yeah.
Kira just wanted to go.
Okay, guys. So what do you think, Ayla? Was your hypothesis correct?
Yes, because all this stuff can't get moved. Only one thing, which is the coffee grounds, because you can shovel them up. But the chemicals from all these items have already fused, mixed around with the water.
That's
So
a great vocabulary word in there.
You can't get it out.
Very good. Okay, Maya, what about you? Was your hypothesis correct?
I think you can take a bowl and scoop the grounds up and put it in there, because that's another way that you can take the grounds
But you
out
take the water.
and you take the water.
Yeah. What about you, Kira? Was your hypothesis correct?
Yes, and I didn't get a chance to say how we could get up the coffee grounds. Well, how I think we could get out the coffee grounds is that, you know those bowls that have holes at the bottom?
Like a strainer?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Strainer. We could get like that with really tiny holes, and then we could and then we can scoop that up, and then we'll get lots of it, and then we pour all the extra inside a trash bag.
That's a great idea. That is essentially what a filter does. So great thought. So can we now think of ways that just us as humans, what we can do to help keep our water clean?
Yeah, we can take all the bad water and put it in a filter.
But what about the everyday things? Like you just saw that you could remove a lot of the pollution from your water just by picking it out,
Kira
right?
just threw a juice thing, but I stopped her because it would pollute.
Thank you. All right. So do you think that you could write down some ideas on what we can do to stop water pollution?
Yes.
Okay. All right, guys. Thank you.
Is it okay if we could like show? You could actually walk around and see how polluted our things are. Well, we write that, and then we could like put up our things that we write, and then we move them along.
Of course. And you know, we could do a continuation experiment. Maybe we'll try to see if we can clean the water using a coffee filter. See how much of the coffee and the oil we can get out.
Maybe we could see if we could get some like yucky bananas out, and like, cause they're slippery, and like we could put in powdered sugar.
Yeah, there's a lot of other items that we could have used to pollute the water. You're right. There's a lot of options.
We could put spices and stuff like that.
Spices.
Spices are like these, so we could do that too.
Great. Okay, so we're gonna clean up now and work on our written
And
conclusion.
look on the one on the bottom, so you could see our ideas on a piece of paper.
Okay.
These.
Thank
Do
you.
that. Okay.